Dear students, today I have appeared just to discuss with you my last item, noun clause, noun in apposition or case in apposition. First of all, I request all of you, my dear students, to subscribe my channel so that I may be encouraged to give you many more videos on grammatical items in future. However, again I request you to give likes and to subscribe my channel. Thanking all of you. However, today's arrangement is noun clause, case in apposition or noun in apposition. Then first of all, we must learn what is apposition. The term apposition suggests side by side. For example, Rambabu, the headmaster of our school, is a very kind-hearted person. So, the person Rambabu is the person as well as the headmaster. So Rambabu and the headmaster of the school are the same person. Another example. Suppose you say that the river, the life of our town, flows very gently. Then the river and the life of our town are the same thing. So river is the apposition of the life of our town, and the life of our town, that is the noun phrase, is the apposition of the river. So Rambabu is the apposition of the headmaster of our school, and the headmaster of our school is the apposition of Rambabu. When a noun and a noun phrase take their places side by side and suggest or indicate the same person or the same object, they are called together noun in apposition or case in apposition or phrase in apposition. So, automatically, when a clause acts as the phrase or the noun is called a noun phrase or a noun clause. So, what is a noun clause? A clause that acts as a noun is called a noun clause. So when a noun phrase or a noun acts as a clause, it is automatically called a noun clause. Let us take first example and let it be analyzed. First, please write it down as you do usually. For example, the proverb that as empty vessel sounds much, the proverb that an empty vessel sounds much is not true today. I am taking this line from Stephen Leacock's essay. The proverb is not true today. Principal clause, that an empty vessel sounds much. Subordinate noun clause. And noun in apposition to the proverb. Noun in apposition to the proverb. The proverb and the clause that an empty vessel sounds much suggest the same thing. That means the noun clause is explaining the apposition proverb. Let us take another example. The fact that COVID-19 is man-made is not accepted by China. Write it down. The fact that COVID-19 is man-made is not accepted by China. Number one, the fact is not accepted by China. Principal clause, that COVID-19 is man-made. Subordinate noun clause, case in apposition to or noun in apposition to the fact. Then what is the fact? That COVID-19 is man-made. So the fact and COVID-19 is man-made are the same thing. So fact is appositive to COVID-19 is man-made, and that COVID-19 is man-made is appositive to the fact. Okay? Let us take another example to be more clear. For example, the rumor that Netaji was killed in a plane crash in Taihuku airport has no proof. The rumor that Netaji was killed in Taihuku plane crash has no proof. So number one, the rumor has no proof. Principal clause. Number two, that Netaji was killed in Taihuku plane crash. Subordinate noun clause. Noun in apposition to rumor. So, rumor is appositive to the noun clause that Netaji was killed in the Taihuku plane crash, and that Taihuku plane crash is appositive to the rumor. Clear? Rumor is appositive to the noun clause, and the noun clause is appositive to the noun rumor. Let us take another example. The news that China killed so many soldiers in Ladakh border has no specific proof. The news that China killed so many soldiers has no specific proof. So, number one, China has killed so many soldiers. The news has no specific proof is principal clause. The news has no specific proof is principal clause. Number two, that China has killed so many soldiers, subordinate noun clause, and noun in apposition to the news. So news is appositive to the noun clause and the noun clause is appositive to the noun. Clear? So a noun clause that acts as appositive just clearly suggests the noun in the principal clause. Clear? I am giving you a very confusing example finally. For example, it is true that hard labor must give you reward. It is true that hard labor must give you reward. It is true, principal clause number one, that number two, that hard labor gives you reward, subordinate noun clause. Then what is the apposition? Here apposition is eat. Scholars say that it is appositive to eat, and some scholars say that it is complement to the adjective true. So it is a very confusing matter. However, we may come to the conclusion that a noun and a noun clause take their places side by side and suggest the noun in the principal clause. The noun of the principal clause is clearly and unambiguously explained by the noun clause. So, the clause that explains or suggests or indicates the noun in the principal clause is called a noun clause. Thanking all of you, and I hope that all of you have clearly understood noun clause, noun in apposition, or phrase in apposition, or case in apposition. Good night to all.